Newsy's Alex Miller sat down with Senator Marco Rubio this week to discuss the House's impeachment inquiry.
First, I want to get your reaction to the hearings yesterday. Did you watch them?
I didn't. I mean, I read some of the news coverage on it, but ultimately, you know, if the House moves forward and passes articles of impeachment, it'll come to the Senate. We'll sit literally like a jury. We'll hear the evidence, and you know, I'll make a decision based on the facts and what I think is in the best interest of the country. You know, 9 months out, 10 months out from an election.
Do you think you should read have you read the transcripts? Should you read them before?
I haven't, because ultimately all that evidence will be, if it moves to that point, we'll be doing nothing around here but impeachment.
There's a lot of questions about bringing the whistleblower in. Has your opinion on the Whistleblower Protection Act changed at all during this process?
No, I mean, look, the point of a Whistleblower Protection Act is allow people within agencies to come forward and report wrongdoing. I think you undermine that. At this point, it's my view anyway, based on what I've read, that this has gone beyond that initial complaint. And I'm not even sure how much the articles of impeachment will rely on the whistleblower. So other people are hung up on that. That's less of an issue for me. I always prefer to let voters decide. I mean, if you talk about elitists, I think the most elitist thing you could possibly do is get 500 and, you know, get 100 senators and 400 something members of the House to sort of substitute their wisdom for that of the voters and say, we're going to decide to overturn the results of an election 9 months or 10 months from a re-election.
But isn't that what midterms are for? That's why the Democrats ended up winning the House.
Well, that's a great question. I think the question then is how many Democrats got elected in these districts to impeach and remove the president from office. I assure you that most of them were elected because people wanted them to come up here and work on things like the cost of medicine.
Well, you're a member of two of the most important committees dealing with this issue, Foreign Relations Committee, the Intel Committee. Are you concerned that there appears to be this irregular channel happening in the State Department and the president might have been directing it?
Yeah, I don't think it's the best way to run foreign policy, what's been described. But that's different from saying, and therefore, you know, someone should be removed from office. The Obama administration did a lot of things that I didn't think were properly structured. You can't impeach someone because they make decisions you don't agree with.
Is there talk about scheduling the Senate side of the hearings for this if the House does vote to impeach in line with the Iowa caucus?
I don't think we can care about the Iowa caucuses. I mean, at the end of the day, the six senators who are running for president are Democrats, and the Democrats are the ones that are pushing for all this. So I'm not sure we should anyway, even if it were Republicans, make accommodations. Nobody made accommodations when I was running, and they shouldn't. The Senate's not going to stop because 6 people decide that they have to be in Iowa. You know, they'll just have to figure that out.